Okay, what's up guys, and welcome to another video. So we got a new event here in Genshin Impact. This is a copy from a previous event, the Energy Amplifier Event that they did around the release of Hu Tao. But I'm here just to give you guys a bit of a rundown of what to expect from this one in terms of rewards and as well gameplay. When you first get onto Genshin, I think the event launched a few hours ago, but when you first get onto Genshin today, you'll be greeted with a bit of a quest to talk to whoever this guy is, Husini. Cool name, Houdini Husini, but I digress. And you get given Act 1 and 2, and you have to go do a few things. It says places of interest where you can find people. Remember, you find these crystals of power that give you kind of power boosters during the actual energy amplifier. And essentially what you have to do for this is just go to these locations. It marks it out for you. Just click the go button and it tells you where to go. It's quite simple, quite straightforward. And once you get near to the place of interest, it tells you about a must of things. You got a stone that you have to destroy. If the stone isn't destroyed, then the enemies in the area get massive bonuses, but they don't really mean much because if you got Zhongli and many other strong characters, then you'll be absolutely fine. And after you defeat the enemies, you get this little chest which gives you your energy amplifier, which is quite cool. So essentially for all three camps, you're going to be doing the gameplay rotation of getting to them, hitting them with whatever attacks you have. You can find the crystal and destroy it if you want. You know, you have a claymore character or something like that. You destroy the crystal and then that pretty much removes the buff from all the enemies and they are taking massive damage again. And you have to do that for all three locations to get all three buffs for today. And once you defeat them, the chest spawns. You open the chest and you get the Primos and you get like a little, I think, the buff thing. And same thing with the second camp. You want to just go to it, destroy the crystal, and then kill the enemies that are present. Simple as that. Open the chest and then go into the final zone. And then same thing, third zone. Once you get here, destroy all the crystals. Zhongli is a monster at doing that. And you can also see a running theme is that the further you go in terms of the zones, 1, 2, or 3, the more of those red crystals will be present. So that the first one, second 2 is 2, maybe even 3 in the future. Once you clear out the encampment, obviously claim that last third chest, you get all the basic rewards and you're told to go back to Husini, where he'll then introduce you to the actual domain mechanic of the event. You talk to Husini and you get given this big old screen right here, which as the old players will remember is the screen for the energy amplifier. And this is where you pick your buffs to compensate, or pick your buffs to choose whichever characters you want buffed in certain different ways. And then you go into a domain and then you blast enemies. Now, a quick rundown as to how this system works. So you have a certain amount of kind of currency that you can use, or like kind of a capacity, if you will, that you can use, and you essentially select one of the purples, which let's say you just click equip. That goes dead center. You can only choose one purple like that. You can only have one at a time, so read them carefully to determine which one you want to use. All of them are pretty much viable, don't really worry about it. And then once you pick one of those, you can pick any combination of these blues and greens, taking in mind your capacity here. You have a 750 capacity after equipping one purple. So bear in mind how much you have left. So you know, if you equip all blues, you'll be able to equip, how many is this? All blues you can have up to 5. And then obviously you can remove them, substitute some green ones, because obviously some green ones will be good. You're gonna have to do a lot of this min-maxing for your own characters, because obviously each one of these different crystals will buff certain aspects of different characters. Maybe some pyre damage bonus, maybe some normal attack speed or normal attack bonus, all of that different stuff. You're gonna want to funnel that into your own team comp to really kind of figure it out. And so I'll give you guys a quick rundown of what I chose for my crystals, under the mindset that Eula is going to be my main DPS, with a Zhongli, Xiao kind of team sub DPS supports, and Barbara as my healer. So Blade Dance, it just increases attack speed and attack damage 5%. It's quite simple. Normal attack damage, and my Eula does a lot of normal attack damage period, so that's a nice boost. I obviously went with Elemental Burst, increases my normal attack damage by 40%, and then I went with this one, which is when protected by a shield, you get an attack increase by 8%, stacking up to 5 times. Quite simple. Refined Burst, which is your Elemental Burst party level is increased by 1 for everyone, which is an absolute amazing one, so definitely take that. Number 4 is Keen Edge, physical damage increase for Eula, amazing. Number 5 is burst damage, 30% burst damage, quite simple. And then Iron Wall, shield strength increased by 40%, just for Zhongli, having a bit of security on him. And that's pretty much what I went with. Choose everything for your own team and then you'll probably be just fine. Once you finish talking with Husini, he'll give you this massive challenge sheet where you have to obtain different things and do a bunch of other stuff. Essentially, this is a bit of a new screen compared to the first time this event came up, but there's a bunch of different Primo gems to get, a bunch of different actual talent rewards, so it's quite nice looking. Let's just jump over to the domain and see what we have to expect. Once you get to the domain, obviously a bit of an intro thing here. and you'll get a option of a bunch of different things. So it seems to be that there's only 3 different unique domains compared to the previous time where I believe it was 5 or 7. I could be wrong though. And obviously by clicking on each one you can see the different array of monsters, but obviously these ones are locked for now, so you can't see those quite yet. Them unlocking in 2 days and then 5 days. So over the course of a week, essentially. And then once you're in this screen, you can again alter your energy amplifier if you want to change it at will. You don't have to do anything special, just click on the energy amplifier button. As well, you click on select difficulty, and this is where the source and the juice comes from. This is where you have to determine which amount of difficulty modifiers you can actually put onto your team and what score can you get. Now, fundamentally, I will be trying this on expert just to see if I can actually do it, and just showing you guys the most difficult content if I can actually complete it. We'll see. Now, time, you also have, you can choose how much time you have. You have sub 2 minutes almost, or sub 2.5 minutes. You have 300 seconds or 600 seconds. Choose whichever one you want. The time one is a lot more kind of, you have to know if you're good or bad or not, or if you have a strong team. But I'm just going to try 150 seconds just to see what happens. Opponent's health increased, obviously, next one. Then a bunch of these modifiers. Read them at your own will, but this is something that you should definitely try to min-max to see what you can handle, because each person can handle something completely different, because each person has a different team. So I'm not going to go with anything crazy. I just wanted to get my points for completing the challenge to about 5,000. I'm not going to go crazy. You know, expert difficulty with 150 seconds. Let's just jump in and see what we can do. And obviously, when you click start, you get to create your team composition. Now, obviously, create your team in regards to your energy amplification talent things. So I'll be going with a Eula, Xiao, Barbara, Zhongli. I might even change Xiao to a Yanfei, but let's see what happens first. Now, as we start this, I'll probably just jump into a bit of a time lapse. But quickly before we do that, I'm pretty sure you can actually eat food. So if you do start to struggle, you can just chuck on some food. I might as well just do that now. We'll eat some 20% crit rate food just to really make every character a guaranteed crit. So there we go, you can eat some food, and I'm just probably just going to jump into a bit of a time lapse of me doing this place. So enjoy and see some interesting gameplay, I guess. And there it is. That is the energy amplifier. Now, obviously, you can find videos out there that guide you through it, but it's pretty basic enemies for now. No enemy there is difficult. Obviously, specters can be annoying, and obviously, if the combination of Abyss Mages, specters, and Healy Chills can prove quite difficult, but fundamentally, pretty easy thing overall. Now, let's take a bit of a deeper dive onto the actual reward system. If you look at the deceitful domain, you'll see that there's different amount of reward milestones or score milestones that you need to attain for certain rewards. First of all, I should mention that you only need to clear each domain once, just clear, to get the Primo gems. That means that you can set the difficulty to 0 easy mode, you can set no modifiers, just clear it and you'll get all the Primo gems that you need. But if you want to get the extra juicy rewards, which consists of a bunch of these weapon material ascensions, or whatever they're called, Hero's Wit and Mystic Ore Enhancement, if you want to get all that and the Mora, then obviously you have to get higher and higher modifiers and amplificators to get your score higher and higher. But bear this in mind, this is a cumulative score. So the score here on the left is 5,000 right now, and when the second domain releases and I get 5,000 on that one as well, the score then on the left here will be 10,000. So bear that in mind when going into this, is that all 3 domains have a cumulative score of points, which goes towards this. You do not need to get 12,000 on one of them. And with that all being said, I'm pretty sure that is the whole domain, or whole challenge explained, whole event explained. As the days goes by, you'll have to do more of these different acts. There's a small quest connected to all these, but nothing too major. And that's the Energy Amplifier. I've got nothing else to say. This is just a kind of a copy-paste of a previous event. They're not trying to do anything kind of crazy, no different modifiers, kind of a different layout of menus, but that's about it. Kind of unimpressed. Not going to really talk about it because it's a Genshin Impact thing. I wasn't expecting anything phenomenal. They're not really trying to evolve the game, but that's a different video. Well, that was the previous video. But for now, thanks so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed and if it was informative, like the video, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay notified of when I upload next. Have an amazing day, stay hydrated, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, my dudes.